at the end, and maybe we can talk about that. We're heading into the 2v2 right now, and the 2v2 is going to be, and I need to double-check something real quick, because the way I see this, they have 2 Zergs for the Iowa State, but it's not right, because I think Tim just made that up wrong. I think it's actually a random Zerg.
Yeah, you can't have 2 Zerg players on a 2v2 team in the CSL.
Oh, no, I'm reading that wrong.
Double racing is not allowed.
I read that wrong. So I'm sorry, it's Proficient and the new Woke You Up.
That's a very
the new Woke
creative
Up.
name.
There you go.
I'm trying to figure out if he's going for Nuke.
Then you woke up. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Got it.
Boy. So Proficient and Then You Woke Up versus Duke Silver and Simba. So this is going to be a ZVT against a PVZ. Always a good matchup. Here we go. All the players are in game here. I just want to give a shout out to all of those involved in the CSL right now. You guys are doing a bang-up job kind of keeping this whole shindig going. Everyone is ready. I'm ready. Matt's ready, right?
I'm ready.
All right. Looks like we're getting ready to go here.
I am ready for you.
I am ready for... Oh, that would be amazing.
See what I did there?
Yeah. I kind of... Well, if you ever get on the FOU team, there you go, right? Have to change your name.
I'd have to be on 2 teams once, though. I'd have to be on IM and on FOU.
I am
and
FOU?
then I can make my name ready.
Oh.
Yeah.
I am ready FOU. Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind of sexy. So now TVZ, 2v2 is a completely different beast, obviously, than a 1v1. So we'll have to see what these players come up with. As far as strategies go, you've got so many different types of matchups that you can have here in the 2v2 scene. So I can't say too much. Although I will say that Scorched Haven here is a non-shared base 2v2 map, and it looks like we have Proficient and Then You Woke Up here from Iowa State spawning on the right side, and on the left side we have Duke Silver and Simba from Iowa University spawning on the left. I'm just going to open up the production tab for now, and as things go on, I'll change this. I can't pull up a nameplate for you guys because it's 2v2. That only works for 1v1s, and we'll just do our best to comment this. Now, we will be going into a Game 4 because it is 1-1, the series right now, with Iowa State and the University of Iowa each having 1 game. So we will at least see a Game 4, hopefully a Game 5, an ace match possibly, because that would be super cool. So yeah, tell your friends, if you're watching right now, to hop on in the stream. I am Campin' Carl, and with me is Ginsulator Matt East, and we are here for the CSL. This is game number 3.
Yes, indeed. And here we have our 2 players for University of Iowa. Is that correct?
Correct.
Then You Woke Up and Proficient spawning as the Terran and
Zerg
players. Oh, Iowa State. So Then You Woke Up and Proficient are spawning as the Terran and Zerg players, respectively, on the right side for Iowa State. And for University of Iowa, we have Duke Silver and Simba spawning as the Zerg and Protoss players, respectively, on the left-hand side. And I feel I'm very familiar with 2v2. TZ versus PZ. Normally, you want to automatically give a little bit of a advantage to the Terran Zerg team, because the Terran Zerg team has a lot of mobility early game, and a lot of 2v2 play is focused on early game mobility and the ability to keep one of your opponents siphoned off and the other one just being able to attack one at a time. And we see Duke Silver is moving out right now, and likewise Proficient is moving out right now. They both have a very similar timing on their first 6 Zerglings. I believe that was 210 pools, am I correct?
Yep, that would be correct.
And I'm not sure. Ooh, wow, Proficient caught a little probe there. Every little bit counts. Duke Silver is ready, but if Proficient decides to go for a run-by, I mean, he's going to have link speed first, but it's so long until link speed comes up that there's really not much you can do.
Ooh, and look at that good positioning over here by Duke Silver, spreading his lings out so that there's really no chance for Proficient to kind of move in and sneak up one of those ramps and, cause that run around and delay of mining time. Just being so good, engaging. Uh-oh, well, maybe a little bit misstep there. Not setting the right number. Maybe he thought his teammate Simba here was going to move on up with some of
he
these
actually
zealots.
had his Zerglings were stop commanded, and when that's the case, if you have a couple of Zerglings on your side, Proficient side, if they run up, they can pull aggression on just a small number of Zerglings, which is what he did. And he pulled off 4 Zerglings from the group, and wow, he just got metabolic boost, so he's going to run by now, and hopefully I think he's going to run into the Protoss base, or actually the Zerg base, and he's going to try and get some drone kills. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. The entire army for the University of Iowa is just being pulled back right now. They're really... Oh, wow, the Queen may go down. Oh, wow, the Queen is gone. And I think that's...
Actually, the Queen is just barely going to live.
Oh, my gosh.
2 HP. My
2
goodness.
HP. Wow.
Uh-oh, here we have some Hellions out on the field now.
Queen's gone.
Oh, there we go.
Spoke too soon.
Well, I was really excited because it lived. I mean, I was just kind of shocked, actually.
Wow, so the new... Then You Woke Up has bought enough time for Hellions, thanks to his allies' proficient use of Zerglings.
Proficient use.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
See what I did there?
That was cute.
Thanks to that, he really bought enough time for his ally to get these Hellions out. And with these Hellions against a army entirely composed of Zealots and Zerglings, I really want to see some aggression here from Then You Woke Up, because he can really do a lot of damage. There's nothing here to respond. There's no Roaches, there's no Banelings, there's no Stalkers. Nothing is out yet that can really answer to these Hellions, so I want to see them get really down and dirty and aggressive here.
Yeah, right now... Oh, and now pulling these Zealots down, that's going to open up the main base. If the Zerglings can go swing around... Ooh, catching them in between. Very good job. And just doing so much damage because Hellions, can obviously splash through their teammates' line. Looks like they're in a really good position right now.
Yeah, relatively good coordinated micro, and that's really all you need in this situation, because when you have the Zerglings and the Hellions complementing each other against all light melee units, I mean, those Hellions are just going to go to town, and the Zerglings are going to tank the damage, and you're all set. But here's these Stalkers. Let's see if they can... Oh, wow, the Lings are going to get a surround on the Stalkers. 3 of those Stalkers are going to go down, and the Hellions are just going to move in. I'm not sure if the Hellions are going to go for the probes, or they're just going to sit around and shoot some buildings. I really want to see some probes go down. But Simba is he's continuing to warp in. He doesn't want to be called out yet. And Duke Silver is really trying to help reinforce his ally and bring him back into the game.
Oh, he's lining
them
up.
These Hellions, oh my gosh, all the probes are just lined up against these Hellions. I don't think there's really anything that Simba can do at this point. I think University of Iowa is just at a loss for words here.
Yeah, the Blue Flame done now. Going ahead and working away on the tech, making sure nothing else gets warped in. Just a few probes left over here, and with more Hellions going on up. Oh, Banelings connecting there. Proficient. Oh my gosh, taking out pretty much all of the Lings here from Duke Silver. And now with the Lings rushing in, I think the GG's imminent. There it is, GG. And
Zergling Dance.
/ Dance Zergling. That's going to actually do it there for game number 3. Iowa State taking it there. So that's going to put us right over here into game number 4. And, if the University of Iowa can take this, we'll be looking at an ace match.
Yes, indeed. These 2v2 games go so quickly. They just start and they're gone. And it's really hard to keep up as a caster with everything that's going on. But do understand we're trying our best to cover the highlights. It's not like a 1v1, though, where you can focus on everything that's going through each player's head. It's just not possible in a 2v2.
Yeah, I've had people in stream before when I've casted 2v2s be like, well, hey man, you didn't catch the Banshees being made. It's like, dude, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. I mean,
yeah, there's 3 dozen different things going on everywhere, and if you miss one, it's just bound to happen eventually.
So here we are now. This is going to be on GSL Daybreak, one of my favorite maps. I really like GSL Daybreak. For those of you in stream, I am Campin' Carl, and with me is Matt
Genzulador.
I'm going to just let you take that from now on. We're going to be heading into game number 4. Right now, as it stands, Iowa State 2 games up over the University of Iowa with 1 game. So what we're looking for here is a win from the University of Iowa, bringing this to an ace match, hopefully here.
And both of these players upcoming here are both Masters, above 1,000. MG Complete for, who's he playing for? He's playing for Iowa State. MG Complete is 4-0 for this season, and he is a 1,400 Masters player. And FG Shark for University of Iowa is 1-1 this season, but he is a 1,100 Masters player.
So both players, obviously, no strangers to competition. They played very well thus far, all things considered, at this level that they play at. Excited to see a good match here. It looks like players almost ready to go here. MG Complete, what's going on? He says in chat.
I was watching MLG.
What am I doing? Who won?
Everyone's watching MLG.
But you know what? I will say thank you guys so much for watching. We have quite a few people actually in chat, considering the fact that MLG is going on right now, the finals. But tell your friends, say, hey man, the minute MLG gets done, hop in. Hopefully we're still bringing you guys content. And it doesn't overlap perfectly. They both end at the same time. That would be a shame. A darn shame. But heading into this, so we'll have to see Protoss versus Zerg yet again here. This is GSL Daybreak. I watched FG Shark play a PvP, or a CVZ last Sunday, a week ago. And he had very, very good play, very, very sharp response time on his micro. So looking forward to good things from him. I don't know anything about MG Complete, but I assume that he as well is a very strong player.
Yes, MG Complete is a little bit ahead in ladder rank. Take that with a grain of salt, as you will. But yeah, this should definitely be a good game. And with that affirmation about the abilities of FG Shark, we should definitely expect a very competent game. Wow. Did anyone see that? Did you see the split of drones by FG Shark?
Yeah, it was very quick and very clean.
Yeah, what he did was he used the F1 command, which selects one idle worker. And he just clicked on a mineral, clicked on a different mineral. So he actually split with the same type of style that you would see in Brood War, where you actually have to manually click on the minerals, and they won't split up on their own necessarily.
So maybe a veteran Brood War player, FG Shark, no stranger to StarCraft, perhaps. And oh my gosh, MG Complete going ahead, putting this pylon on the low ground down here near his natural. Now, that's a ballsy thing to do. Obviously setting himself up for an early expand. So we'll have to see if this is a forge fast expand. He is now scouting. Right now, FG Shark not showing an intention to build a pool just yet. He is at 13 drones. So yeah, that's... What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, you're right. MG Complete, I think he's very excited to take this natural. He is so pumped for this Forge Fast Expand. He just can't wait. And because he knows that this map is a relatively large map, and if you look at the minimap, look at the silhouette of where the probe traveled. It's not possible to go in a straight line from one end of the map to the other. So FG Shark, the rush distance is much greater than it appears, and he's really going to have to go quite a distance to pressure and really beckon some response from the Protoss player in terms of units early game. And it looks like we're going to see a Nexus go down before the Forge. He's very confident here about this expansion, and just thanks to this rush distance.
And, you know, FG Shark, I'm sorry about the overlay. My overlay was up a little bit longer than it should have been there. My fault. FG Shark has not scouted any of this at all, but MG Complete does know the timing of both the pool and the natural here. It's going to give him a little bit of advantage. There goes the forge. That's a little bit exposed. We'll see where he decides. Probably tuck the cannon right back in there. Should work out pretty good for him. Actually, I want to take a look. The overlay. Oh, we are MG Complete.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well,
FG Shark says the overlay is still up on stream.
I checked it.
I hope this doesn't mean that FG Shark is watching the stream, because that would not be good for this competition.
No, it wouldn't. From my point of view, well, it looks like MG Complete's having a bit of trouble here anyway. From my point of view, the stream is up. I'm going to double check here, though, real quick, because that would be a damn shame. Okay,
yes, it would.
It says it's okay.
That's okay. The game is paused anyhow, so you wouldn't be missing anything anyways, for the time being.
Let me check. Well, MG Complete.
Why are you watching the stream?
That's what I want to ask him.
Jeez. So MG Complete is still continuing to have some intermittent lag issues. Hopefully he'll be able to close anything that's causing that.
Yeah. This is before the 5-minute mark, so barring that MG Complete doesn't get back into this, we'll be okay.
Yeah, if we have to restart this game, that's absolutely fine. There's no clear victor yet, obviously. We are at the 3-minute, 40-second mark.
So FG Shark here. Just wanted to point out his APM of both these players very high, especially under these new calculations, I should say, for APM. So these guys have been busting it out.
Yeah, they're working hard. We may just have to restart. Well, it looks like MG Complete says he's ready. What does FG Shark have to say about that?
Yeah.
Are we ready?
I don't know. Let's double check. Okay, it looks like we're going to just continue this game.
Wow, full wall off right there. Just as you say that, MG Complete had about 2 minutes of paused game time to think about what he's going to do, and he decided for a full wall off. What do you think? He's kind of made a dedication here to not doing any pressure in the early game.
Maybe he's, despite the fact that this is a full wall off, could be opting to do something pretty sneaky here. Obviously, the Zerg player knows FG Shark here that it's an early expand, but if he's going to hide some kind of tech, especially maybe some Stargate tech or something, just wants to give himself the time to do that. And at the cost of a pylon, that's not too bad. He can blow down this pylon here rather than the gateway to gain access out, because he does have this pylon over here still powering everything. So
yeah, definitely so. And I think I might have misspoken earlier. There is a little bit of a gap in this wall. I think between the top pylon and the forge, there's one little grid block there that's very hard to see.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure,
actually.
They'd have to see, try to move a unit out of here. This one Ling, what a trooper, going out for these destructible rocks here.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if he's going to finish them.
I'm going to say that's Spanky. That's Spanky the Zergling. And Spanky
the Zergling.
He's getting his overtime, man. Meanwhile,
he's very hungry.
Meanwhile, up here, MG Complete, 2 gases right away, getting both of those simulators. And looks like, yeah, we do have Warp Gate research on the way. Oh, and look at this. So smart. FG Shark is saying, you know what, if you're going to early expo, I'll just take my 3rd. Throwing that down, metabolic boost on the way, as well as a bunch of drones.
Yep,
definitely the right
so.
response. Definitely the right response.
And on a map like this, it's very parallel to what we saw in Antigua Shipyard earlier. There is a Zerg player taking a third base against a Protoss player, which is fast expanding. But the difference between this map and Antigua Shipyard is that the third base is very much vulnerable. Antigua Shipyard, there's kind of destructible rocks there. There's one wide path which everyone has to go to if they want to get to your third, if they want to get to your main, if they want to get to your natural. But on this map, that's not the case. There's several paths to get to the third, to get to the natural. And FG Shark, I hope he has what it takes to defend this third, but we'll have to find out, because, I mean, MG Complete, he is throwing down 3 gateways now, and there is going to be 4 gateways, and there's going to be some substantial pressure here on the ground.
I would really like to see FG Shark, you know, with this third down here. He's a little bit oversaturated. I believe it is main. He still hasn't taken his gas over here, though. So, you know, his drone count looking pretty good here. MG Complete's keeping right up with him, 42 and 42 respectively. So they will continue, obviously, making drones. Look at these lings here, FG Shark, being so good, getting ready to get the expansion timing. But like you said before in our last PVZ, MG Complete is probably going to have to figure out exactly what FG Shark is doing before he commits too hard to going and getting his third secured. So
yeah, and MG Complete, very gateway happy here. We've seen a lot of gateway happy Protosses recently in this matchup. It's been very popular, and there's 7 at this point, which is a very decent number.
Yeah,
he should be pouring most of his money into that, but you do see some Protoss players who fail to produce non-stop out of 7 gateways once they get them. But that's only because they scout something which cues them to get a third or changes their decision-making for one reason or another. But FG Shark, he has some Zerglings. He's going to go out and he's going to see this little scouting party here of sentries and stalkers. A couple of force fields got put down a little bit after the fact. But the Zerglings, they have the scouting information. They know that Red is out on the map, and they know that he needs to make something to, you know, defend himself. And in response, he's going to build 32 Zerglings. I'd say that's a very reasonable number. I think it should be able to do the job, especially if the Protoss player decides to engage on creep.
Yeah, and a very good point here. All of these sentries coming in here. Going to catch a few of them, maybe. Oh, beautiful force fields coming down. Isolating those off. Probably only going to lose 1 sentry. But at what expense? Look at all that energy. So when it comes time again, especially with these Banelings coming around the backside, they're going to be able to get right in here. Good force field protecting those units, but still just a lot of Zerglings coming out onto the field. 22 more in production after this batch finishes up. And it looks like he will go ahead and pull on back. Yeah, and here they come popping. A few more coming into production now. He's going to rally them up here into the middle. Go ahead.
Now, if FG Shark is able to defend this and able to hold this off and push MG Complete back, I'd really like to see some drones get transferred over, because there's nothing in the third right now, which I do like. But once he holds this off, I really want to see those transfer, because he has a lot of oversaturation elsewhere, which is a good thing for now. At this point, he's floating some cash, and that cash is probably... He's building a macro hatchery, which is a great response to his cash count. But I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold this third base with Lings alone. The third base just went down, and he's going to have to rebuild it, but... I think he's still in it for the long run. I don't think this push is going to finish him, because he does have the money, he does have the production, he has the macro hatchery coming, and he has... he actually has 2-2 upgrades coming at this point for his Zerglings. So, he really is still a forward-thinking Zerg player. He's looking towards the late game, despite the fact that he's on 2 bases. And, let's see what this happens here. The Banelings, some of them are pretty effective. And he's able to get most of the Zealots down, but the Stalkers still remain. And MG Complete, he pauses the game without asking for a please pause. I'm not sure what's happening.
Okay, well, he is claiming technical difficulties. We are out here past the restart time. I'm going to go ahead and message him really quick here in the channel. Yeah, we're actually not referees, we're spectators. We can't say anything.
Cannot message them.
And it looks like, but this may be over right here, because this is a pretty formidable force coming in here, even though, like you were saying, did manage to get quite a few of the, well, actually all of the Zealots down. But even with that, this is a pretty good number of Stalkers moving in here. And the Lings are trickling in right now. There's no real kind of blunt, amount. And there's FG Shark with the GG, so I believe that'll do it. Actually, for this series, let me double check. I believe because FG Shark is a university of Iowa. Oops, sorry, wrong thing, guys. So FG Shark losing. So game 1, 2. So yeah, that'll do it. That's 3 games. So 3-1 here is the final count. Hawkeyes losing it to ISU. Am I correct in that?
You are correct. It is 3-1, and the Hawkeyes have indeed lost to ISU. But that last game, I really feel bad because when a Zerg player is in that situation and the balance is just tipped past a certain point, they're in a situation where they have to throw units at something. And if you only are able to throw units at something as they spawn, rather than be able to build up a substantial amount, which are actually able to properly respond to the situation, you're kind of stuck, and you're throwing out waves of units, none of which are able to take out the Protoss army. And that's what we saw there in that game, but it's too bad.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get an interview with the coordinator from ISU, the winners. I believe I have him actually on my list, so I will drag him into the call here real quick. Guess I have him on my list. Let me pull him in real quick here. Blink. I'm going to put the music back on so people have something to listen to while we get ready to talk about some more CSL, because my voice is just not that attractive.
Neither is mine. I haven't had any water. I should have got a glass of water for this.
Though.
Something to clear my throat. I was kind of hoping for an ace match.
Me too.
I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, both these guys playing so well, and big thanks to everyone out there in chat and watching this live. You guys are the ones supporting esports. We're going to get a quick interview here real quick with the ISU coordinator, and if not, we'll get Paul from the not winning Iowa, but important nonetheless. Actually, we could probably just get Paul on here real quick. Okay, looks like he's getting on right now, so we'll have a quick chat here with Proficient. He is also the coordinator for ISU. Just talk about the match that we just saw, and after that, we're going to be signing off, so let's get him. He's got to borrow a microphone from someone, so he's going to grab it real quick. But overall, really good play that we saw here today. Really happy with, a lot of varied situations. It wasn't the same matchup over and over again. Let's see. Here we go.
Yeah, those were some fun games. Surprising lack of Terran, but still a lot of fun. Very fun to watch some of this PvZ type of antics, and the 2v2 was actually, I don't know about you, but I actually really enjoyed watching that 2v2. It's very difficult to pinpoint where things are at any given point in a 2v2.
Hey, is this Proficient?
Yep.
Hey, Proficient.
Welcome.
Camp and Carl here from the CSL alongside Matt East. We were the ones casting your games. Great job out there today. Your team looked really strong.
Oh, thank you. I felt the same.
Getting ready for today's set of matches, is there any particular strategies or any sort of special considerations or practice you guys went through before kind of, doing it, so to speak?
Not as much. We highly emphasize Death Agent, though, versus Bannon. That one we practiced quite a bit, because that was kind of our, I don't know how you could say, our secret weapon to pull out the win.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the other team felt like they were going to win that one, but we practiced that one quite a bit, and it paid off.
Okay, and, you guys did lose a game on MLG Zalaga Caverns. Romer, the Zerg player, going in with just a really, really aggressive Baneling bust. What were your thoughts on that match?
Yeah, originally he told me he was only going to do that if he spawned up top, but I guess he went with it anyway. It looked like it was going to start to work because he supply blocked him pretty well, but then Daydream just got too many Hellions out, and he was up on 2 base, so it was kind of, like, once that Baneling bust failed, it was kind of over from there. Right.
Well, from our point of view watching the game, Daydream just barely holding on there. Really clutch repair of the reactor there.
Yeah, it should have been 3-0, right?
Well,
right?
It was really close. It was a really, really slick play. And then, obviously, the 2v2 was pretty one-sided on that. So
I had absolutely no worries about that. No offense to them, but I wasn't worried about that game.
So is that a strategy that you practiced there, then?
Ling Hellion's a really common strategy in 2v2. It's probably the most popular right now, and quote-unquote maybe imbalanced. And Zerg, Toss is typically not very good in team games, so I felt good going into it.
You guys did a great job. Great job just coordinating your armies, just having them synchronized. You did a great job with that.
Oh yeah, when the Hellions engage and they don't have any ranged units, I can just kind of dance around my Lings, and they'll just keep chasing my Lings while the Hellions just roast them. Free shots, pretty much.
Yep, if you tank the damage and the Hellions deal the damage, it's...
Yep, don't even really need to tank either, you can just run around.
Yeah.
Very good. And then finally going into game number 4, MG Complete having a bit of technical difficulties there, at least at the onset, and then pulling it out over FG Shark. Both players look pretty strong. FG Shark maybe being a little too greedy, even considering his opponent had gone, didn't get the appropriate tech kind of set up.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing with Zerg. You want to drone a lot, but there's that really thin line of droning too much or not enough. Is if you don't drone much, then you're going to get behind, especially when they forge FE, and it's hard to tell if they're doing a 2-base all-in, so it's tough.
Right. Now, what's your guys' record? You now 4-0 this season?
Yep, 4-0.
Okay, so you're looking at the playoffs then as a possibility for you guys, feeling strong?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to get it. We only got one more tough school. It's the toughest school in this division. Next
Twin
week.
Cities? Are you ready for Twin Cities?
Season. I don't know if there's... Yeah, Twin Cities, and yep.
So
they're undefeated as well, so it's going to come down to this game, who gets top division, I believe.
So we may be calling upon you guys again to help us with some content. Would you be okay with possibly getting that one live casted as well?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Should be a good match.
Very good.
Now, I have a question for you. How do you feel about Case Seeker on Twin Cities? Do you think you have any players that could take him out?
I went up to Minnesota LAN and I beat him 2-0.
No kidding.
But the thing is, I don't think I'll be playing the 1v1. But I know I have a good idea of how he plays, so we'll prepare.
All right, that's good. It's very difficult to predict because he is a random player, and he obviously has talent.
He's only really got 1 or 2 builds each race at most.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but he has been in the top 200 in the past. I know he spent at least several months in the top 200 list at the beginning of last year.
Then, shouldn't it? I beat him 2-0.
Yeah, I know. At that rate.
That's what I was thinking, but,
I know what you mean. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Okay, and I think thanks a lot for your input there, Proficient. We'll be looking forward to seeing more of you, and thanks for joining us on the call.
All right, thank you.
So I think that's about going to do it for me, Camp, and Carl here alongside Gensilador, Math East. Thank you for joining me on stream as well.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for everyone who came out at the same time as MLG.
Oh, yeah. Bad timing.
No, everyone wants to watch that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go and watch that as a VOD probably right now. So we're going to go ahead and sign off, guys. Be ready for us. We'll be on next week. Same great time, same great place. bringing you guys all of the awesome intercollegiate StarCraft action. So signing off, this is Camp and Carl. See you next week.
Thanks, guys.